Have you ever fried an egg? How it changes its color and its state from crystal clear liquid to white solid. Today our topic is about physical and chemical properties. What are physical and chemical properties are? So we will look around the chemical property and physical property. Subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon. Whenever we upload a new video, you'll get notification. The chemical property, it is the property of matter that describes a substance's ability to participate in chemical reaction. Okay, or in other words, you can say are the ability to produce a change in composition of matter. Whenever the composition of matter is changed, it is called the chemical property of that matter. We will see in a few minutes that how chemical properties are. So let's go to the second property, that is physical property. It is the property of matter that you can easily observe by using one or more of the five senses. When you see, hear, smell, touch, etc., then you will see that this is the physical property, means size, shape, color, smell, and its texture on the surface. Or in other words, physical property is the property of matter that can be measured. For example, its size. Okay, we can measure its size, that how it is. It is a big, it is a small, or any other type of size. So here is the example, or you can say here is the difference between physical change and chemical change. What is the physical change and chemical change? There is a simple example of wood, that a log of wood, when we cut it down into two pieces, it is called physical change, because there is no change comes in its composition. Wood will remain wood, but in the other side, okay, but in the other side, you can see that when we burn wood log, these wood log will be converted into ashes. So ashes are not wood, its composition is being changed. When composition of a matter is changed, it is called the chemical change, or it is called the chemical property. Physical property, let's see how physical properties, or how many physical properties there are. We will look on some simple things like color, size, volume, amount, shape, density, hardness, mass. Color are the property of matter to look different. It is not different in its composition. Size, for example, you pick a wood of 1 kg and you pick a piece of wood of half kg, this will remain wood, not any other thing. So that's the physical property. Volume, as well as size, volume is the same. For example, you take a 1 liter of water or half liter of water, that will be the physical property of water, because water is not being changed. And the amount is same of these two kinds. And the other one is shape. For example, you have wood of round shape, you have wood of sheet. So that's the physical property. Wood is not being changed. Density, if you take a if you take a very large log of wood, its density will be the same of the small stick of that type of wood. Hardness is same as of other these properties. So hardness of a wood, if it is if it is a large log or small log, that would have the same hardness as well as its mass. Let's see, physical properties are the properties that you can observe with your five senses. You can see it, You can hear it, you can smell it, you can taste it, or you can touch it. So these are the physical properties. Here is one of the example of shape. So all these pieces are made of wood, but the shape is different. It is hexagonal, it is circular, it is rectangular, it is square, it is heart shape. And here is the size. You can see it is of small size and it is of large size, but these all remains wood. And here is also change in color. So here is the color change. Color is the only property you can observe with your eye, but there is no composition change in the matter. Here is the volume. It's small volume, it's medium type of volume, and it's large type of volume, but it remains the water. Its composition is not changed, so it's the physical property. Now we come to the chemical properties, that what chemical properties are. First of all is the flammability. For example, you have water and you have kerosene. So when you put a flame on water surface, it will not catch fire. But when you put a flame on kerosene, it will catch fire. That's the chemical property of that substance. The other type is rusting. Rusting is the property of metals like iron. Iron catches the rusting. But like plastics and wood, they don't rust. And the third one is corrosion. Corrosion is the same type of rusting, but sometimes we use corrosion for all metals and rusting only for iron. So that's it. And the fourth one is reactivity. For example, you put a sugar cube in the water, it will not react as fast as a sodium metal can react in the water. So it is the property that matches with its chemistry. Its change in its composition. And the fifth one is burning. For example, you can burn the wood, but you cannot burn the iron. So it is the chemical property of that matter, as second last pH. What is the pH of some compounds like water? It has pH of 7, about 7. And when you see sulfuric acid, it has pH of 1. And if you will see sodium hydroxide, it will have near to 14. So it is the chemical property of that compound, and compound is change in its composition. Next one is toxicity. Likewise, some chemicals are toxic and gases are toxic, but some are not. So that is the change in their composition. When you will talk about the composition, you will look around the chemical properties. Here is the example of alcohol which catches fire. So it is its flammability. Water don't catch fire, but alcohol catch fire. So it is the property in its composition. That is the chemical property. The second one is pH. Here battery has 0 pH or near 0, and one is pH of stomach. Okay, and the last one is drain cleaner like sodium hydroxide or that type of basic. And on 7, on the medium, there is water. You will see that these all are changed in their composition, but when you look around the physical properties, the size of wood logs, they were not changed in their composition. They have only changed in their masses or on their measurements or on their quantity, but these are not changed on their quantity. They are changed on their quality or composition. So here is the big change. Okay, let's see the state of some compounds. Oh, sorry, it's mixed with physical properties. That is the property of physical property. Here is rusting. Rusting, as I said, that rusting is the property of iron. And when you will look a fresh iron and a rusted iron, you will see that rusted iron is weak, they can easily be broken, but fresh iron without any rusting, you cannot break it easily. So this is the change in their composition, but not in their quantity. If you have any questions about something like some objects or some compounds that you cannot differentiate that it is a chemical or physical property, you can question me in the comment below. And uh, in the next video we will try to learn about the extensive and intensive properties of compound. We will give a quick look of intensive and extensive property. Intensive properties are that which don't depend on the quantity. Okay, like density. Density of a compound remains same, either it is of big size or a small size. Density don't change. So it is an intensive property. It don't depend on quantity. Like color, if you have a 1 liter of red color in liquid and you have a half liter of red color, so the color will not be changed, because it don't depend on quantity. Like hardness, if you have a 1 ton of iron and you have 1 kg of iron, its hardness is not changed. And the second one is extensive property. Extensive property, they do depend on their quantity. Like mass, if you will look 1 kg and half kg, there is a difference. Okay, area and volume. So we will talk deeply in next video. That was the quick review on extensive and intensive property. Subscribe my channel, like the video if you like it, and comment below and let me know that you have any questions.